Hello.
Oh no, it's Joe. I didn't even do my intro. I was just getting up to say hello. My name is Geoff. Here with me now, and Tuna's here. And you're gonna only see his head in the camera. It's gonna be a little weird, but I swear he's intact.
It's a wonderful head.
He's just in a position.
It's a real good head for a cat to have.
Yeah, he's got his own little Tuna section. Why not jump it over? So
right.
if you're watching at home, it's just a little. He's a little bit of a tuna head, in the tuna cam. He's just hanging out there. The rest of the tuna cheering section is visible. We got Kirby, we got his capybaras, we got his pastor of vows. Tuna's got friends. He leads a rich life here at the house.
It's that guy.
Yeah, Tuna's probably gonna run though, because I put the fan on the stepper on. It tends to bother.
Like it.
Speaking of the stepper, Joe, did you see that I broke a stepper again?
Oh yeah, you posted about that.
A weld snapped.
I forget what it was. Oh yeah. So, you wouldn't happen to have a TIG around there?
No, but Midge and I are gonna contact our friends to see if we know anybody who currently welds, because we were thinking about that. However, we absolutely. I was absolutely able to just kind of spend some time at work the other day, just contacting customer support, and I was like, I am at least 30 pounds under the maximum weight, and a weld snapped. Like, we are so sorry. So they're gonna send me another one. So, what was the backup is now the one I'm on. I have ordered another backup. Yeah, I've ordered another backup. That's gonna show up on Monday. And then I'm going to have a backup that's showing up question mark direct from their manufacturer. So I figure if I go through the 3 of those, plus I still have last year's, well, then we got the walking pad, which I've used a couple of times. There were some treadmill streams. If I can blow through 4 stair steppers and a treadmill, I think at that point I have earned the right to just stand there and beat the game.
Yeah.
That's just
you got your average steps per year.
Yeah, someone somewhere, some deity is saying, Geoff, you've done enough. Just stick a fork in it, because it's this ain't no. And also it fits into the granola percent that this is all operating under the aegis of, which if you get to a certain point and things suck, whatever, just make it work.
Yeah, full support for that line of thinking, just in general. So I've been looking at the stream, and I didn't notice Tuna, as he's very far away. Yeah. There's a considerable gap between cheerleaders and Tuna.
He's staring at them. Oh, stepping. All right, good. So, we're not going to do as long as the last stream, which was 4+ hours of prologue. As you can see, this is my New Game Plus file, where I maxed everything out so that I could beat the true final we mean at this time Millennium Tower. So everybody's just hard as hell. And if Ichiban can German suplex someone to hell, then he must German suplex someone to hell. Haven't quite figured out a gimmick for the rest of the party. I think that is enough of one. And I got 75 minutes on the clock. I think that is a reasonable expectation to last.
I wonder if the localizers tried to get into the Dragon Quest mindset, try to get as many puns as possible in there.
Back, right?
Yeah, possible. I also have the weighted gloves on. I figured,
it's a dragon.
Why not?
A dragonfish. Yeah, but to be honest,
A dragon
I wanted a real
fish.
dragon.
It's okay.
Wait,
So Joe, what if
why
you
didn't
liked
get
dragons?
one? In the
What if you
Yakuza
liked
business,
fish? Why not
dragon
slam them both together?
symbolizes the top of the food chain. A fresh-faced
Oh.
fool like me can't just casually rock a dragon.
Ah.
Wow, that's for real? Well, I guess a dragon.
Yeah, there's kind of an
is
important
cool,
guy
too.
that's got the
He's
dragon.
learning
I'm
lore.
into it. Someday I want to earn my place. And then my
Yeah,
dragonfish is gonna shine even
kind of like a
brighter than
dragon.
Oh, that's
big, huh?
you said the
In
title.
that
You
case,
figured it out.
Maybe I ought to start by finding a job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry, little dragonfish.
Did I bother to equip Nanba? Yeah. Okay, he's good. Yep. We did that.
Hey, Iggy.
Iggy's here. Hello.
Nanba's good people.
Oh man. Yeah. Well, okay. So, in this game, and Skippy and I got into a bit of a discussion about it. I ended up not really being much of a fan of Nanba, I gotta say. This set now in Infinite Wealth, though, I came around. So, I am intrigued to see how I feel about him after doing this playthrough. Nope. That's a neck break.
Man.
He's really got to stop letting these things happen.
You know, these are supposed to be done on, you know, like, elastic mats.
Not a last man. See, the thing is with taking a German suplex here, Joe, is you really want to try and catch it. You want to throw your arms out like you're T-posing, right? To help distribute the impact. And that's just high school physics.
Yeah,
but you also
that's judo, classic judo.
there you go. You know, there's
before you learn any of the moves, you gotta learn your ukemi.
indeed. You know. But also, you know, you want to chuck the chin. Don't let your head bounce off that mat. Thank you, Brutal Bob Evans. Protect your noggin.
Protect your noggin.
I'm also
You got activity on the tuna cam.
oh, he's licking his paws. Ridiculous.
Oh yeah. Go for it, tuna.
We get lucky, he might show us his belly.
I didn't think there'd be so many.
I'm surprised he's so close to the stepper when I have the fans blowing on it.
How old are you? 42. What about you?
Man.
42. Oh, jeez. I'm still younger than Ichi. Okay.
Damn,
I'm still younger than him. All right. I got hope to turn my life around, Joe. I can be a hero.
Passion.
You're never too young to become
I got
a gang star.
I'm telling
I got
you,
like one more
already,
year.
it'll work. You know what these other
I really got to make things happen.
Macho-san, I can smell the liquor on you. To be considered for
Things not
placement,
to
being
do.
sober
Show up to
is
work drunk.
mandatory. Please come
Things
back
that
when you're ready.
perhaps you shouldn't do, but you know who can stop you? Show up to work hungover.
Man.
It might make your day rougher, but you
Yes,
can.
ma'am. I'm ready and able.
I wouldn't suggest it.
Yeah, I think I had my first
You left your
hangover
current
like
residence blank.
Because I don't
like
have
a
one right
month
now,
ago.
but I'm committed to working.
Were you
And I don't
drinking
drink,
that Malort knockoff you were telling me about?
You need an address, but
Oh, I had hot
I
and
think we
sweet.
can make an exception.
Thing is, like,
I'm hired?
okay, so it's a
Just write the address of where you grew up.
salty, spicy
But
licorice liqueur,
I don't have an
and I
address
had
for that.
like I was finishing off the bottle.
Yeah,
I think,
you,
like,
you get to
there
a
was
point, you
something
might as well
there.
finish it. I'm with you.
I think there was something in there that was like keeping me like
What's
from
It's
hydrating.
where you can get a checkup and some
There
basic
were
computer
granules in there that are not in the rest of the
I don't need all
bottle.
that stuff. I just
You
need
know,
a job.
typically, and I'm no
Sorry,
liquor
but
expert
that's
here.
our policy for people
You don't
with
want
backgrounds
stuff
like
floating in
yours.
your liquor. Now, I'm aware of Goldschlager. Joe, are you aware of Goldschlager?
I'm sorry. That's our
It's
policy,
got
sir.
edible gold
Next,
in it.
please.
That's all I know.
Yeah. So some liquors do have things in them, but generally speaking, if you got some floaties, nope. Just
You want fine grain, not rough.
coarse grain mash.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
like Mom used to make
That's
in the
the-
shed.
That's the stuff that gives you a headache.
Ugh.
For a hobo.
Anyway, yeah, I woke up and like
While he's at it.
I sat down in front of my breakfast.
Well, fellas,
I'd
you
already
tried,
showered,
right?
but there was something about
Any
just
other
like taking
losers
that
wanna go and get a
first
Drown our
bite.
sorrows.
And it didn't agree with me.
We're gonna try
The
something
rest was
else.
fine, but just like I really didn't want to take that
Fool
first bite.
yourself. I can tell you're homeless like me.
So yeah, I've been hungover once.
This was such a waste of time.
Well,
Could have been doing something
aren't
productive.
you a fancy man?
Fishing.
I actually
salty
couldn't
yet?
tell if I was hungover or not the other day. On the night that I broke the old
Either of you
stepper,
guys looking for
I was
work?
drinking some strong beers. But when I woke up, it wasn't like, it wasn't nauseous or nothing, but just, I felt a bit off, and as the seasons are finally changing, I was like, I can't tell if I'm hungover, or if I'm just dealing with my first attack of pollen.
You don't look so unemployable.
It's a fine line, but, you know,
It is.
could be one, could be the other, maybe both.
But hey, thanks for noticing. You're a man of taste.
I did not have intestinal distress, so I'm gonna go with pollen.
So you guys interested
So-
in doing some work tonight?
I think I've seen this part of the game before, and I think it was on your stream.
Side of the Sakura River.
But
It's called the Harbor Lights.
they're really hammering
The
home
mama
just
there needs a job done by a
the
couple
cycle
guys
happening here. You need
What's the
money
job?
to have a house.
Yep.
You need a job to have
But I
money.
Yeah.
know it pays 5,000.
If you don't have a house,
Pretty good money, huh?
you can't get money.
Yeah, it is. Want to check it out, Kasuga?
So, of
Sure.
course,
Hey,
everybody's
thanks, old man.
going into a life of crime if they don't have a house because there's no other option.
Yeah, why do something
Sir,
nuts like, you know,
that's not
universal
following
basic
standard
income, which has been
procedure.
proven to work every time they try it. And then we keep saying,
Mhm.
I wonder if this would work.
I don't know what
Iggy,
you're talking about.
once I started being hungover, stopped drinking like a crazy person.
That's a violation,
Good for you. I
you know.
can't do it. You know, I was talking with my boss the other day, who was saying like, you love working out. You're into like, I don't love working out. I love eating trash. I work out a lot so I can eat more trash. Cause I'm the trash man. I eat the garbage. Instead, I started drinking like a normal person. I'm from Germany, so breakfast beers are technically normal but not sustainable. Yeah, I mean, I'd be lying if I said that the other day I didn't think about just pounding a beer when I got up. You know, probably a small beer. You know, like a less than 5%er. There's some
So-
mornings. There's some mornings where you're like, what if I were Jim Morrison in the song Roadhouse Blues and woke up this morning and just had myself a beer? What if I did that? It could be good for me.
What if you took a morning shower with your beer?
You know, I've done that. Usually
I've
I
never had a
save the
shower
shower
beer.
beers for after runs. I feel like I've truly earned it at that point. Which is to not say you gotta, you know, do things to earn things, but yeah, you know, why not?
I don't think it's a harmful thing on its own.
Yes.
I
Don't-
think you have to have like I think you have to like have some sort of limit on like when the earned experience like kind of mindset starts to make you feel bad. That's when you gotta back away.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
But on its surface, go for it.
I mean, I think back to my 100-level psych professor who told us to, hey, maybe think about, you know, not just doing instant gratification all the time. The kind.
Yeah, well,
Somebody just threw some hideaway, Joe, in the trash. What a fool.
think about it. Think about that comment. That doesn't mean never.
No, didn't say
It
never.
just means some of the time.
All right, so that guy's been drinking, so he's gonna wake up in the morning and just think he fell over. We're gonna be fine. Now, flaming stick from a hobo, I don't know how we're gonna talk our way out of that one. But they did give us an onigiri. Tuna, you're looking at the fans, I
lunch.
see. I think he's thinking about running. He might
Not run
just,
yet.
he might bolt out of here.
Yeah. So about breakfast beers.
Yep.
I don't get a lot of news out of Germany unless they're like scolding some other country without, you know, doing anything. But I do get the occasional news from Denmark, and apparently there was a big change from the 2008 financial collapse because lunch beers were a common thing in Denmark.
Yeah, it's like the 3 martini lunch in America.
Yeah. You know, you do your morning, you go to the local pub, you get your pub grub and a beer,
Mm-hmm.
but suddenly not everybody could afford the beer. I think there was also like, I think there might have been legislation going like, don't feel like
We were told
you're
about
not
this
supposed to
joint
have
by
had a beer
guy hanging around Hello Work.
while you're working.
I mean, depending upon your job, I think it's fine. So, like, there is a steakhouse that during my lunch break I could walk to, get a beer or two, walk back from. I have yet to do it. I feel like that is saved for the day where it's the worst. But, like,
Not made of money.
I make spreadsheets and send emails. Having a 2-beer buzz, I don't think's really going to affect my ability to do either.
Wait a second.
Yeah, I feel like,
Risking
yeah,
our lives. What is
for
this
the most
job
part, if your
exactly?
job is going on the computer, a single beer, emphasis on single, is not going to do much harm.
But also, too, like, if you drink 2 Bud Light Limes, a tasty little beverage in the summer, you're if you get trashed off of that, have you been eating? Do you need an intervention about disordered eating? Because you probably do. Iggy, when I was in training decades ago, had a beer vending machine at work. Damn. I loved... Ooh, tuna stretching out! Did a double take, because I'm pretty sure drinking on jobs is illegal, especially if you're handling heavy machinery, but they allowed it. Yeah,
Oh, man.
That's
beautiful. I love it.
I loved the beer vending machines in Japan. There's
Oh, freedom.
yeah, Freedom, the Freedom series. There's a link in the Ghost Cord
Shit.
of that, which
What's the
I can reshare again. You know, it's
The
I
one that
believe
you
it's me and Kyoto just
Mafia.
drinking a bunch of beers, talking about how much I appreciate that level of freedom.
Earlier?
Yeah, it's not their official name.
Tuna is tucking his paws in. It's slightly cut off in the camera, but you know he's shrimping it up. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry to talk about you, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
He's ashamed now. So we just get the
Oh,
little
no.
lump. Tuna, we talk about you out of love.
Each month it costs the boss
There's
here tens of
bundle up
thousands of yen.
cables
Each
along
and every
those
bar is
power
forced to pick up the tab.
power
They don't
poles.
Yep.
reimburse us.
I saw a lot of that when I visited England.
I mean, seems
I think it's
obvious.
just like
Tell the cops exactly
spare
who's
cable
robbing you.
that
They
they
believe
just
with the
leave
chance to take down a crime
Yeah,
in case you need it.
I mean, there's a lot of
good
interesting.
reason
So I
for
can,
not
I can
following
speak to the Americans' perspectives.
Of course.
Working as a sound man for a traveling band.
Whatever the reason, this kind of stuff is why we have
There are some
cops.
places where
Wouldn't touch Komicho
you
with a
tie in
10-foot
before
pole.
the fuse
The area's
box,
too
just
dangerous
because
for them.
I mean,
things are
how
kind of
dangerous
shady
are
and
we
not
really
wired the
talking?
best in the club. So, you know, if you
Don't come
just
back alive is how
get
we're
the
talking.
power coming from the pole before the
That was
club is doing
exaggerated.
bad things with it,
Wish I
all their
was.
lights might go out, but
Everyone
yours
that gets
don't.
close to their HQ disappears.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's fairly common to do that.
Not even the other Aegean gangs are
Yeah.
willing to go there now.
But,
The place is a
like,
graveyard.
what I saw was just like
Okay,
very
well,
neat
do you know anyone in the Komi Jewel?
wound
course not.
cable,
Thank goodness.
and it was just
Well,
like
then we'll have to find
you
one
know,
of them
maybe
while he's away from
10,
HQ.
20
They gotta leave sometime.
windings
No,
that were
you can't tell them
probably
apart
not
from
leading
civilians.
anywhere.
They don't exactly
I think it
wear
was
freaking
literally
pins
just
on
spare
their lapels
cable.
like you Yakuza.
I mean,
No way to
I feel like if you're
recognize
up
it.
there
I'm the
and
Aegean
you've
fleet
carried
of the
too
most
much
secretive
up,
by far.
Okay,
And
if
you're
they
not
know
taking it
the
back
right-
yeah,
down.
it's like I'm just gonna
The
staple
original
gun
idea.
this up here, and
Just
it's the
go
next
to their
guy's
HQ.
problem.
Again,
That's a problem for future Jeff,
You want another idea?
or maybe
I got
future
one.
Joe if I'm not in this job anymore.
Oh man, I
Cut
do
your
not
holograms.
want to. I don't want to be a lineman.
And I shouldn't have to. People
I remember
I will
watching-
never line man.
Come
I remember
on,
watching the
there's gotta be
videos
something
as a
we can
kid
do.
of the guys in, you know,
Ichiban,
rural
let's
America
look at
that have to
this.
be
Seriously, we don't need
brought
to
in
do
on a
that.
helicopter and rappel
Crazy
down to
idea,
do
but
maintenance and
why not
repair
just
work,
cut the
and
damn cord?
oof. No,
Well,
thank you.
I know which one to cut. I mean,
The more I learn about helicopters, the less of an idea they seem to be. I wouldn't say good, but just why do we still do them? And then, you know, you're in one precariously lowered over power lines, you know, the thing which will kill you and hurt the whole time.
I didn't
They
like the
probably don't
idea.
get paid enough.
I tried to stop her. Yeah, I felt bad afterwards. Mama was crying, worrying about how they would retaliate.
I mean, it can't
We've
be
been arguing
too
about doing it
dangerous.
for
Like,
so long.
you're off the ground.
Yesterday,
That's the
I
big
strolled
thing.
on up,
Well, okay,
So,
so
you're not offering a short
just
tube
left it lying
ground.
in the
Here's the
trash.
thing
And
about
you're only
Middle
grabbing
America.
one cable at a time.
I guess I've hit
So
the
as
age
I
where
learned
stop
firsthand while driving across the country,
What happens
the
now?
you know, it's less about are you
That's
grounded,
why I hired
etc.
you guys to
It
figure
is
out.
so windy there.
You can't be serious.
There's nothing. There's no trees, right? Like
Oh, and there's
Nebraska, the
downdraft,
cornland, the
too.
corn huskers. Yeah, there's no
Mama showed up
trees.
to
So
open
at
the
all
garage door.
times, it's
This
like,
was on the floor.
is a tornado
Someone
coming?
threw it through the
You know, it's
window.
tornado alley. There probably is one coming. Actually, now that I think about it.
Oh no.
So they want you to connect it again.
And you know, your
Yeah,
dumbass
okay,
is
yeah, you can
hung
do-
from a little cable from a helicopter.
Must be an empty threat. The thing is, if it's not,
And you know, as all of us
They're
know from
turning
working in
into the last
various
moment.
industries, we have our
We
best
don't know what they
practices
look
that we're
like.
supposed to follow. We don't
Plus,
always
no
follow
way
them.
is it an empty threat.
And we're often told, deal with it, go do
Look,
your job.
lady, I get how your bar must be very important to you, and you don't
Yeah,
want to
well-
close it. But this is insane.
Did you know that Iceland
this
is
isn't
like
even my bar.
99%
I'm just the barfly who
unionized?
buzzes around here
And I
the
thought
most.
that was the
I
case
wanted
in
guards 'cause I'm worried about Mama.
more countries, but apparently it's not.
No,
You don't even have
no.
real skin in the
Even in
game?
Europe,
You should start minding your
even
own
in
business.
Scandinavia,
Which is
it's
what I'm
like
gonna do. I'm leaving.
fucking
Who needs a coward
think-
as a guard anyway?
Denmark.
Get on out of here,
It's
you're
like
gonna cry.
70%.
Fine.
Hmm.
Wish I could say
Fuck.
it's been nice. Kasuga, let's go.
Get your heads in the
So
game.
sorry for all the trouble. Please forgive us.
I know, it's crazy. It's like if we
Hey,
collectively bargained, we could
What are
get
you
stuff
gonna do
done.
for protection.
I'll get
Oh,
the
yeah.
power cable hooked
Like-
back up. Then if there's still
Iceland's got a
I'll offer the money
confederation
not
of
follow us.
unions.
I can take
You
out
can-
loans.
Super union. I love it.
Easily-
I love it.
Ridiculous.
You can
can't let
you
them
can
do this to you.
easily have a general strike. The threat
It's your
is
fault in
there.
the first place. Stop.
I
She's right.
always am a fan,
We can't
generally,
let them
of
get away
union
with this.
actions being
What
taken in
now?
the States, but especially
Paying all
when
criminals just makes the whole world a worse
you'll just
place.
have seemingly disparate ones, you know, doing a solidarity strike, or it'll be like
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I knew
the
that's
Union
all
of
Mama
Piano
could afford.
Tuners joining in with, you know, the Nuclear Technicians Union.
I'm in. Hold on, man.
Hmm.
It's too risky.
Beggars can't be choosers.
There's
you
a lot
say.
of weird ones
And
that
honestly,
happen
I
when,
prefer a
like,
job where I get
when
to
the
help
Screen
somebody
Actors
out.
Guild was going on in the States.
See, now that's
Oh,
right
yeah.
Yeah, you'll see some if you look into
I
that
could
that
tell
don't
you
make
were a
sense. But if you know,
Unlike
historically
some.
go back, it's stuff that were, you know, tied together in the live performing arts usually.
Are you sure about this?
Or like
Yeah,
lu-
I always mean what I say.
luxury wares, luxury services.
Yeah.
Because like
Wait a damn
who
minute. We.
is hiring actors? Who is deciding what actors get
Not
hired?
in, don't let the door hit you on the way
Except
out.
like
This brave man has a
fancy
job
pants
to
people who need their pianos tuned on the regular.
Do you know how obnoxious you are? Fine.
Oh,
Do it.
Nanba,
Is everybody
the old
happy now?
poop.
do. Good. So it's settled.
He's very
There you go,
salty. I like
I
him.
got you two
Yeah.
goals. Now how
Yeah.
about rustling up a drink?
So anyway,
Salty
that
old man.
sweatshirt that the owner of the bar has on, Midge accidentally bought the same exact one, so she's walking around wearing that yesterday, and I was giggling because I knew where I was coming.
Well, one of us is gonna have to change.
Joe, I hate to tell you, but I'm not able to change right now.
I love this.
Why do
Bar.
they need so much electricity anyway?
have
I love
no
it.
idea.
It's terrible.
I think what I like the best about that
Whoa,
nest
easy,
is
Tiger.
not
You trying to get wasted?
that it's, you know, a rat. I feel like calling it a rat's
Risking
nest of
our lives
wiring is
for a
wrong. I feel like that is
measly
truly the
5,000
rat
yen.
king of wiring.
Chill out, man.
Yes,
You're probably not gonna die.
definitely.
Probably. So.
I believe
Glad
last
one of
time
us is taking this
I
seriously.
mentioned Diablitos.
It's hitting me for the first time how spooky the Komichu are.
Would you like a reminder on Diablitos?
Then again, they've also stayed hidden in their headquarters for freaking
Oh no,
decades.
Jeff's
now.
gone.
I don't see them
No, I'm
coming
here.
out to this bar.
All right.
Not for one power cable.
So,
you think the
Diablitos.
note was an empty threat?
So
I think they assume
you got,
we'll obey. They
uh,
know people are
if you got
terrified.
electricity
They know that
in
for
Mexico
damn
City,
sure.
Yep.
it's
Most people would have done whatever was
the
written on
meter
that cinder
is
block
outside your
no
building.
question.
It's like exposed to the
Komichu wants to
elements,
believe
but it's
that
in
too.
its own little box.
I doubt
Yeah,
they
how
actually
it is in the
plan to
States
show
largely.
up
We've
tonight.
recently
Break
had a big
kneecaps or
push
something.
everywhere
But
to
what'll happen when they
go
check
to the
cable? They
e-machines or
didn't
smart
scare us
machines or
into
whatever. So basically they just RFID read it.
Maybe it'll just
Which-
throw another
fine.
brick or whatever.
But there's a lot of
Then what
people,
happens after
started up
that?
in Maine when I moved there, that felt like
Basically decided we're never
that meant
hugging
that the
back up,
government
right?
could implant
How
spying
long are they gonna
devices in
let
your
that
house.
slide?
Well, if that's
So there's a lot of
what are we
pushback.
still doing here? Let's walk away.
So
Let's just tell these women it was an
yeah,
empty
like
threat
those
and
smart
get out of here.
guys, like
I can hear
over
you
here,
over
you just
there.
send
Damn.
like a
She has good ears for an
photo
old
of your
man.
meter, and as a security measure, you just
What is it?
put in the number that it reads.
Yeah,
Like,
you
they don't send a guy to read it. You just
Someone out there.
it's your responsibility to read it, and if you don't,
I don't
then
see anyone.
you know,
I swear.
then they start hassling you.
There was absolutely times in Jersey in the past when I was, first living on my own where you would basically just write that, you'd get your bill, you write down the number, they tell you what to pay, and then like once, maybe twice a year, they would send a guy out to verify you weren't just making things up. And I feel like that was a good enough system.
Good evening. Is this your first time here?
So Jiffy Pop, were you allowed to have Jiffy Pop as a kid?
I don't have the first idea what a Jiffy Pop is.
It was what the bartender was just doing. So it's a little metal pan that you put over a flame and it pops the popcorn in it. We were not allowed to have it because we were told it was trashy.
Oh. It's classist.
Yeah,
I
my
get
mom
you.
had a lot of interesting views about what was and wasn't trashy that was certainly stemming from, growing up on a farm out in Hee-Haw land. Like,
Well,
only using...
when I was a youth, we were not allowed to have frozen pizzas because that was considered trashy.
Oh, we had so many frozen pizzas. It was bad. Her big thing though was it was totally classy to not have to wash dishes. Now that doesn't mean we didn't wash them. It means cups, bowls, plates were all disposable. The amount of disposable like cutlery and drinkware she would buy every week at the store, you would think we were constantly having birthday parties.
That seems counterproductive.
But it's showing off how much money you have.
Let's
do it.
Joe,
Okay.
Joe, this guy, he brought a sledgehammer to a suplex party. I don't think he was thinking. Yep, there
Time
goes
to
his neck.
release the essence of German suplex.
Yep. He tucked his chin a little too late.
Oh no.
The fool.
Holy fuck.
Just murdered that man.
I saw you in line at Hello Work.
I remember.
I mean, do you think it's smart to pick a fight with a guy whose suit has a bullet hole and is covered in, blood and
You didn't really think they'd give
hopefully
you a
mud?
in the end, did you? Just
Probably
for
not.
trashing a place?
You think they were
Oh,
scamming me?
please don't remind me
Do you
of That's
expect
Not
anything
Mud.
else from the Korean Mafia? You do know that's who hired you, right?
I mean, in Infinite Wealth, we
Makes you
absolutely
say
swim
that.
around in the sewer and they
They're the
make
only
that
ones who
joke.
would want that bar messed up
Oh,
in the first place. Look, we're trying to help you.
man.
There's no way in hell they're gonna pay $1 million to some
Not in the
drunk
poopy
bum.
water.
I do enjoy that
You're an
Namba is
expert.
basically walking
Hey,
around
what did
just
he
like
look
Charlie
like?
Kelly when he's in
The
his
guy who asked you to
apartment.
do this. Did you see his face? I don't know.
Just
Can't
wearing them
remember.
thermal long johns.
Come on, we're not fucking
He's
around.
so warm.
Cut it out, Namba.
I mean, when I was up in Maine every day, if it was a little bit warm, you can sleep in just your skivvies, but largely, you're
Ask the
you got your
bitch.
underwear, you got your long johns, tops and bottoms, you put your socks on over the pants. Maybe you throw a little t-shirt on over the top, because you don't want people to know that's what you're wearing necessarily. If it's really cold, you can add a union suit into there. It's the old onesie with the butt flap.
Did you see that?
And then, you got your upper tops. You got like a nice thick pair of jeans,
I'm
pretty
starting to
beefy
think he
flannel.
wasn't hired by the Comey Jewel.
You get some nice boots. If it's real cold out, you're gonna tuck your pants in there. You're just really sealing yourself
Shit.
up for the
This
elements.
is going from bad to worse.
Lots of layers.
When I see that number of layers, I think about Prototype.
Uh-huh.
You remember that game, Prototype?
Anyone can be
I
a bitch
remember
these
watching the
days.
Zero Punctuation review. I was not actively playing games at that point, though.
He's got 3 collars.
Ah.
Mr. Prototype Man.
That's
Yeah.
That's a lot.
No, wait. He's got 2 collars and a hoodie. And the 2 collars are both popped.
Sitting ducks.
well, I mean,
what are
you
we
gotta
gonna
fly
do?
the flag, I suppose.
The late 90s were a big time for popped
all
collars.
or
Everybody had to have at least 2. At least if you were a video game protagonist.
Okay, I was gonna say, in the circles I ran in, I absolutely knew a lot of dudes that would wear 2 t-shirts. With one as kind of a base t-shirt so they couldn't sweat through it, or if they would sweat through that, that would be the sweaty one, and the outer one could kind of be more of the display shirt. And the thing is, if you think about clothing, men's clothing, there's A shirts, your little tanks, there's just dress shirts, you know, your plain white tees or black tees or gray tees. They would never use either of those style of shirt as the undershirt. It was always just 2 t-shirts, usually graphic t-shirts, and trying to layer them in such a way that, like, the under one was hidden, so you wouldn't see, you know, the 2 designs leaking through, and, you know, it never quite worked, especially when they would do a lighter t-shirt as the outer one.
I don't care anymore.
Real weird.
Yeah,
It
was
seems short-sighted.
I agree. That was about the time that I just said, deodorant is stupid, I'm just going to shower a lot every day. Because, you know, I got my heritage working against me in regards to not smelling bad, so why cake myself up with antiperspirant every day?
Are you satisfied?
Yeah, well,
You can just shower, you know?
you could shower twice a day.
Twice?
It's
Hey,
fine,
3
you're
times,
allowed.
4 times if it's real hot, you know?
That's what I'm talking
A shower can be
about.
real quick.
Nice
Go in,
guys.
get wet, soap it down, get out, buddy.
Hey, we're good here.
It's a lot of arrows.
Is this guy for real?
A lot of arrows.
Wait a minute. You've played a Dark Souls. You know those are bolts.
You got me. Well, I mean, you're the crossbow boy.
Uh-huh.
It's like I was
me.
serving it up to you.
Maybe. Man, that jacket is so good.
The Yokohama
I
one?
love that jacket. Listen, you wear a jacket like that.
I mean, you could definitely... The same place with insert coin or insert credit where I got my Adachi jacket from, they absolutely have that, but themed for, you know, Ichi and Kiryu and Majima. They probably have that one as well.
Hold on.
Whoa.
They're a fun company. It's like, the Adachi jacket was like less than 100 American shipped, and like, it's actually quite nice. I use it as a winter coat when it's not, you know, actively snowing. So, just leave the cable. Hey, we settled things.
Yeah, got one winter jacket, and it's the definition of overkill. Like, I think on most people, it's supposed to get, like, reach their knees.
Uh-huh. You're a little tall there, huh?
Yeah, it's not reaching my knees because, like, I got weird proportions.
Okay, so like, we talking mid-thigh, above thigh?
Mid-thigh, pretty much.
Ooh, $50! Remember, when you're lazy and you want to do the exchange rate of yen to American, just, you know, drop off the
Divide
last
by
2.
150.
Yeah, divide by 100, it's fine.
What's up?
And 50.
Just divide by 100. It's a conservative estimate where you think it costs more than it does. It's good, just do it. I would rather think that I am spending more and be a bit more prudent than, you know, just go crazy. I'm like, oh, just divide it in half right now. My life's only worth $25. Well, Namba, we all discover the price eventually.
Listen up.
Ooh, more jobs.
Tragic.
Hey, $50.
Sup?
It's a kind of bar.
I don't think so.
Jeez, way to insult your friend, Hamiko. I run a
Okay.
restaurant. The Joe's, you might recall, it's not quite a restaurant, and he's kind of doing a similar scam to the bar I used to work at up in Maine, where
Oh
they
boy.
buy tuna. The liquor licensing in America is especially strange. It's easier to get certified and classified as a restaurant than just a bar. So despite the
And
bar...
restaurants automatically have liquor licenses.
Not in New
Is that
Jersey.
right?
In other places, it's not that easy, because why would it be? But generally, like, the path is easier if you were a restaurant that also wants to serve. So despite my
Alright.
business that I worked at having bar in the name,
Okay.
legally we were a restaurant. If you went in, there was no food menu because we were a bar. But to classify as a restaurant, you had to have some item of food to sell. So every day before his shift, the boss man would go to the supermarket and buy 1 box of Hot Pockets.
Hell yeah!
And usually, and everybody knew that, like, that's just what he would eat as a snack after he had been there for too long. But technically speaking, you could come in and ask
Order
for a
Hot
pizza
Pockets.
pocket, and you would get a weird pizza pocket. But also, you know, as some restaurants do, they sell out, so you would just say, we're fresh out, and then you'd show you the box in the trash if you were the inspector, and that's good enough.
Yeah. Over here, like, even the nicer places, if you get a lobster soup, and they just get you 1 out of a can, and maybe dump some shrimp into it.
I mean, I see nothing wrong with having canned soup as a base, and watch out for cars, and then just adding to it. I mean, it's like, you know, people always would talk about Top Ramen as being like a real cheap loser thing. It's like, well, yes, it costs 99 cents, but you're supposed to add stuff to the noodle brick, like vegetable or meat.
Oh yeah, if it's just the brick, you...
I mean, you can. I've done it. Sometimes when your choice is sleep for dinner or, you know, a 99 cent or less brick of noodles, hey, let's go for the noodles, bud, if you can afford it.
I mean, like, you can also buy spaghetti.
Oh, it's a bug.
All right, I gotcha.
Like,
Last time I caught a bug was back
that's
when I
not
was
the
a
long and
kid.
short of what they're
Never know
selling
when you
if
might
you're
need
buying a
bug
pack of
on your
spaghetti.
side. I'll keep it.
You never know when you might need a bug on your side, Joe.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Alright.
So I played Fallout 2, is I found the bug that lets you get infinite experience just by hacking a single console.
Was that the one when you report back to the vault?
No, it's in the New California Republic. There's a guy who threatens to explode himself.
Oh, yeah. I remember that one. I could never get that to work when I played that as a kid. Even having the empathy perk so you would see the blue choice. I don't know if it was, you know, because of the early days of patch tomfoolery where, you know, you had to know to go to the Interplay website to get the patch. Because I'm pretty sure my disc...
no, I was playing this on, like, the release version.
Yeah.
And what I did, I just, you know, talked him out of it, and then, I repaired the computer that was behind him, and then I repaired the computer that was behind him, and then I just kept doing that.
Well, see, in universe, Joe, it makes sense because, as you might recall, it's a society that runs on tube-powered machinery, and we know those tubes are prone to failure. So, who's to say you just didn't have a really terrible box from the factory of tubes that keep failing?
Yeah, just keep putting KT80s in there.
Oh, we love the kinkless triodes around here.
Hell yeah.
Although I was really much more of a 6CA7 guy.
Sleep a bit more, Hamako-san.
Yeah.
I'm having the place
I've-
clean.
They
I
say
need
it's
I'll
a
be honest,
drop-in
I don't-
replacement for your EL34s. But I feel like it did indeed sound a little bit different. And also, you know, the valve shape is different. So,
Customers did you get
you know,
yesterday?
it contributes.
I don't know, at least 5. Where were you?
A direct
It's-
drop-in is not, you know, a one-to-one simulacrum, I feel.
Yeah, it's like the
They cater to a very specific
double
appetite.
triodes.
Yeah.
They're drop-ins, but they're different.
Yeah. For the,
But the only power
Damn, it's too damn
the
deep.
only,
Who does this thing?
power tubes I've touched is EL34s.
Can you deal with these
yeah,
tissues?
that's, you know, the Marshall tube.
It's your job.
People like it.
Bodily
I was
fluids really are-
fine.
I was a jerk kid, and I said I'm gonna purposely not play Fender and not play Marshall stuff.
You want to get paid or not? Would you rather say broke and
So,
homeless?
I didn't, but
No,
yeah,
but it
EL34
doesn't mean
is
I don't have standards.
yeah the 6 CA7 in place of that. The big boy stupid loud amps were usually 6550 ones, which people, if you're bored, Google 12AX7. That's one of your preamp tubes, and then you know, for power size comparison, 6CA7, EL34, KT88, 6550. The KT88 and 6550 are quite a lot larger. You get into some chassis clearance if you're not planning.
Thing about the Pentode is that it was pretty much a technological dead end, and the kinkless triode,
What's all the racket?
kinkless tetrode,
Know them?
also known as the beam tetrode, was the actual way forward in making higher power tubes. But
What's bleached Japan?
Philips had a
It's a
patent
non-profit
on
group, what you'd call an NPO.
was it the
Been
Pentode.
around 15 years. Their slogan is bleaching the gray zones white.
Bleaching the
is-
gray
Some
zones
things
white.
fall into the gray area.
Oh,
Either black
boy.
or white.
Yikes!
Like things that are technically
Yeah,
illegal.
Ichi's face says it all.
Cops look the other way because they're victimless crimes.
They truly give this man
They
the
don't
best
like
facial
that.
expressions.
They want to crack down on all crime, whether it hurts someone or not.
It
They
really
wanna
says,
bleach the gray
like, it
so
really
it's white.
lays it bare that
This town is just full
the
of
actors that they hire are like,
The group's active
these are
all over
experienced
the country.
actors.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
They know what-
considering
they
your
know their
founder is
shit.
Ryo Aoki.
You've been in jail for nearly 2 decades, and now you're middle-aged, and nothing makes sense.
Governor of
Go.
Tokyo.
He nails it. He nails it every time.
With that,
Mm-hmm.
Kamurocho
You can take a punch and, you know, give one's back. Yeah, there you go. That's your motivation.
Well, that plan made Aoki real popular. The media adored him before he was governor.
None but absolutely reminds me
Even more now.
facially of this kid I
He
went
resigned
to
from Bleach Japan
middle
when he
school
went
with.
into politics. But he still sings
He
their
was
praises.
really, really into
Young
bomber
voters
jets.
eat it up. Okay.
Everybody's got to have a thing,
Why
you know,
are
when
they
you're younger,
protesting
and
right
his was
outside
bomber
this
jets.
building?
This establishment
And I
here is
thought that,
registered
like,
as a restaurant,
modern bombers
but
are
you
still
won't find a
turboprops.
speck of food on the second floor.
I mean, you know, it's kind of the same era of I got an uncle that works at Nintendo, so
You pay for
haven't thought
something
about the
else.
dude in depth in a long time. I'm sure
What it is.
if I could
Like,
think of
there's
some
the
of his
F-117.
his favorite jets that he would talk about, they probably either didn't really exist or, you know, were your concept drawings from various books.
Like the F-117 and there's the B-2, and that's it.
Or stuff like the nuclear powered jet that flies forever and just
Oh,
gives
yeah.
off radiation the whole time.
These women are just working hard at their job.
That was.
It'll
the
never run out of
start
fuel, Joe.
You could learn from them. What right
Yeah,
do you have
but
to
that
tell
was like
anyone how
what
to
got
live?
America started on researching lifters.
Yeah.
Registering yourselves as a
You
restaurant.
know, a liquid
I'll tell you why. It's because the truth
What
is
was
so
it,
terrible.
fluorine
No,
thorium
it's
reactors,
because grown-ups do things they don't want to protect people.
molten salt reactors.
You're
It's
protecting your loan
nuclear
officer
power that
and your
China's
debt
been.
collectors.
You
Nuclear,
ask.
Joe.
You ever
The
consider
word's
why a woman
pronounced
might do this
nuclear.
job? Because they have
Nucleon.
needs. Some are
Nuke
caring for their
calculon,
parents,
Joe.
some have
The
little
word's
kids.
pronounced calculon.
This is a way for them to support their families.
I love Calculon. He was on all of my circuits, right?
Yeah.
Not
And he only does one
criminals,
take,
they're raising
because he's a
children.
professional.
How can those
Not like
children
us
turn out
amateurs.
normal? At best, they'll grow up hating their completely unfit parents.
So,
This guy's got a lot of deep-seated issues,
They
I
all keep
feel.
Parents. They keep their children happy and healthy, and that's what truly matters.
Show me one then. Show me a child who's happy being raised by a whore.
You aren't even trying to understand. You're just
Something
being an
tells me he,
asshole. Leave us alone.
grew up
There aren't
middle
any happy
class
kids like
and
that.
is
No.
currently middle
Wants
class.
a
Yeah.
prostitute for a mother. I never minded it.
Like,
Hey, Ichiban, here we go.
who are you harming with a simple restaurant grift?
Yeah.
You all came here because you
Really?
want to get rid of
People
the
want to
trash.
drink, let them
I
drink.
got that right?
Oh no. Oh jeez.
Here it is. Get
It's
ready to
wadded up
catch.
tissues.
Oh no!
Wouldn't that be the? Take
This is-
this!
Tried and true. Imagery.
Hey, it worked.
Hell yeah.
Not bad, Ichiban.
Good idea, threatening to throw the cum rags at him.
So many cum rags.
He's so proud of himself. Oh, Ichi, this is why we loves you.
He's well armed. I'll tell you that.
What a day, cleaning up the jizz rags. Hoofa.
Wow.
Oh, boy. Ooh, 42 minutes, all right. Feel like we're making a lot more progress than last time. That said, you know, it's still not quite opened up. I want to say it's chapter 5 where things really kind of branch. But also I don't need to grind, so it is a lot more just beat to beat to beat to beat. Much more of, you know, Yakuza the
About
movie.
how society is broken and needs these gray services in order to patch over those holes.
He brought some tufts with him. I feel like maybe they wants to get dropped on their neck.
True.
Like purple guy first.
How does he afford to hire those people?
I don't know. It's almost like he's secretly funded by somebody up top. Now, these people crossing the bridge, I hope they don't hit an invisible wall. Oh, geez. Oh, boy. Oh, he had a phone call. Another phone call. Hang on.
This guy found his phone. Oh, the other guy. Oh, they all find their phones.
Oh, he's got a phone call. Jeez. Oh, what? Look at Joe. Would you look at the time? He's got to be somewhere else. Damnedest thing, this bridge. Everybody just gets a phone call on it, you know, or they realize that, you know, they're supposed to be somewhere else.
It's a big reminder. What's it reminding you of? I don't know.
It's burger time.
Anything and everything.
Okay, now we're complaining about people eating processed food. Sir, you need to, like, pick a lane. Because at first it's like he's an anti-porno weirdo, which... Okay, we understand that those people exist, sure, but now it's... Is he a raw food weirdo as well? No porn raw food? Is that his gimmick?
I think he just wants... I think it's just a racist.
Yeah, he's kind of buckshotting at all of the things to just maximize the grift.
Yeah.
I promised them real food if they fights yous.
Oh yeah?
Yo.
Oh, Ichi put it together. We're all out of Hot Pockets. Sorry. You'll have to come back tomorrow. Also, we have a bunch of onigiri in our pockets we could give him. I feel like, you know, grab and goes are fine. Hang on, there's a guy coming up. Oop, I think he's got a phone call. Now this person coming up, they're already on the phone. I wonder if they'll get another phone call. Alright, camera cut. Oh, no, just had to walk the other way. 6 salary man just got a phone call. Damn. Once somebody pointed out the plot walls to me when we're in the cutscenes, I just can't help but look for them. And I love them so much.
They're adorable.
And then, like, Ishin, it's very fun, too, because, you know, we're in the past, in samurai times, so there's no cell phones. It's just a lot of, kind of shrug. I guess I don't need to go this way. Whoopsie doodle.
People got notebooks. They got, you know, stuff they got to look at and write down.
They drop their cabbages, and they got to go pick them up. They just remembered about that hen they had to go pluck.
A stale cracker.
Yeah, $100 a cracker. Joe, have you ever had Skyflakes? They truly put the saltine to shame. Moldy cookies? What if the mold is a penicillin? These look like men that could use penicillin. Wouldn't eat it, but it's good enough for you. Wonka, wonka, wonka. I mean, You fell in with Bleach Japan. I think you answered your own question there, cocky hooligan. We're perfectly allowed to be dissatisfied customers. So that's a phrasing.
Hey.
Yeah, I mean,
Saga.
it's the modern era. Feel like that's on purpose.
I told you, we got these pocket onagiris. We've been warming them up. Now, Joe, I'm no culinary expert, but I believe you do want a warm onigiri, right? Like body temperature?
Sure.
The old man's violent. Self-defense.
Oh, he's
Ooh.
doing that thing. He's doing that thing where you barely get brushed, but you fall down.
Ah, my clavicle. Yo, they're bringing
no,
knives
you
to a
broke my
suplex
arm.
fight. I don't think it's going to end well for them. I'm feeling Mr. Purple first.
Check this out.
Dodgy. Oh, boy. Oof.
I got this.
Namba, who we liking? Let's go for the guy that Namba was accused of hurting. And, you know, we can really give him the hurts.
Yeah.
Alright. Ichi, we got another suplex coming out. You know, there's a guy here that's kind of hard to see. He blends into the environment, what with his camouflage. We should just take him out now that we can see him.
Ow. You barely tell.
Yeah. Go with the leather jacket, man.
He's weak to being hit with a stick. With a thumb.
Check this out.
Oh, my neck.
Yeah.
Namba, sit this one out.
Wanna fight? Come on now.
For more suplexes? Suplices?
Ichi's just, you know, giving out German suplexes like candy on Halloween. It's great.
Oh,
Hey,
man.
half hour
I
left.
played Costume Quest. Finally remembered to play Costume Quest for October.
Hey, thanks.
Whatever.
I also
I'll see you
realized I
around,
have both of
Grandpa.
those in my Steam library, so I
I
thought
think it's
about...
impossible to lose at that game. Except
No,
for...
you can. In the DLC,
I
where it's
never
like
thought
the, what,
Bleach
2 or 3
Japan would
bosses at
resort to
once,
this type of thing. Bunch of dreamers.
there's...
They really think
If
Oh,
you-
yeah,
reach
that.
the gray zones?
Because that one, but that's
did
more
look
just
for
a
that
puzzle
one.
fight. You know, it's just, do you notice the
Swagger
puzzle?
around like they've got some noble purpose.
It's also,
But I
like,
really want
do you have the right
patience.
loadout? If,
Let's face it.
if you go
What they're doing
for
is just
the
plain
fries, like the
Whatever
special
happened to good
ability of the
manners?
fries costume is to stun, and nobody can be stunned.
Yeah, well... It's
Well, it's
pretty
also,
late
wait,
now.
is the...
Let's
I don't remember if
go.
it's a sticker or an
Sure.
ability that's basically, you know, auto
Sorry, you had to
regen.
rescue me twice.
That's another one that'll
Don't
fairly
sweat it.
trivialize that
Call us
fight.
if you need cleaners again.
Yep.
But yeah, it's a puzzle one where he eats the other enemies that are there and just keeps refreshing his
Hold on a
health,
minute.
so, you know, it can just go on too long. But yeah, that would, yeah, you're right, though. I think it is largely
Your own,
just,
right?
Yeah.
you punch
You
through
push
it.
the button, then you win the
There's
game.
a proposition.
And it's fun. It's a fun
What
little
if you
cute
just lived
game.
here?
I
One of the
definitely...
rooms
It
upstairs.
is.
I played the first one on 360 way back when and just kind of
that'd be a
beat it in a
huge
day because it was a charming little game. But
Have a room
the
to
second one
spare.
I haven't played.
But
I
don't
own
the
it.
girls need them to work in?
And when you install it,
Well, I'm not making the
if you
offer
have a
complete
clear file from the first one, I believe, you get a bonus costume. But also you can just edit the settings.ini and enable it. Which I think is just straight up one of those turn a 0 to a 1. I don't think you even have to add a line.
You
Yeah.
live here. You get
Uh,
something called a right of residence, which would benefit
I
me.
did check my Steam
What's,
achievements because
right
I've
of
got
residence?
all of the pop-ups disabled. I don't like them.
Means
Yeah,
that
but,
you
uh,
can legally assert that you
There's
have the
2
right to
achievements
live
that I haven't
somewhere.
gotten, which is finding
I
every
don't get it.
ramp
How would that benefit you?
and launching the game on
Well,
Christmas.
I live in a different building.
I think I
This is
have
my
all
business.
clear on that.
Since I don't live here, I
Yeah,
don't get that right of residence.
I can't be
Oh, I
asked.
think I get it.
I mean, it
I've
was
beaten the game.
it was
I'm
a
done.
fun enough
I'm
game,
leasing
and I
this
think I
building,
maybe
See?
purposely set a reminder to run it on Christmas. There was a well, because at the time I had before I got my stupid huge library, which is not like most of our libraries that are stupid huge. Like it was 25 games tops for a while, and whichever ones had those launch on dates, I'm pretty sure I just put a calendar reminder to open up the game, which is how I have any of those run on date achievements.
Exactly.
I made the mistake of buying a bunch of Humble Bundles.
Yep, that's how I got started. That was how I got Costume Quest.
You two are really my only choice.
And I also
Women who work here
got into
so
thing where
can't
you
enter
can
into a lease contract with
you can
them.
have a
boys, that's
program
not the only
idle a
reason I'm
game
making
for
this
you
I'm impressed with
until
what you two
you get all the cards. And so there's games that cost $1,
wonderful.
but the
Just
total
promise you
market
won't break the
price
lease.
of the cards you
I
get
want your
from
eyes on my
idling
shop for a long time. Until Bleach Japan
is
finds someone
more
else
than
to buy.
$1.
You got it.
So you're coming out positive if you ignore the cost of electricity.
Yeah, and electricity is pretty much free here, so. But like, eventually I realized
A roof. A real roof.
this is doing a lot of damage to like
Amazing. This is our castle.
what the list of games that I own. I don't know if any.
Soft throne.
I don't know how many of these I actually wanted to play when I wanted to play them.
Actually,
when I bought them.
damn.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, is there?
I'm pretty sure it's not water.
Well, just think of all the history you're sleeping. Off on
It's
that
a historical mat, Joe. This mat has history.
Always a silver lining.
Perhaps we can learn from it and integrate it into our lives.
I guess that's how you
Also, I
guys
love
get
that
in first
Namba's
place.
socks are basically his boots with a different texture.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Ichiban.
it's just kind of molded into
I should be the
a
one
shape.
thanking you.
It's, you know, he just doesn't take them off. You know, it's, folks, if you listen to Lions Led by Donkey, good. If you don't, go listen to Lions Led by Donkeys. There's, you know, various tales of, you know,
Why'd
ye
you quit
old
nursing
marching
anyway?
dudes that
I don't know.
make socks and shoes out
You
of
must have been good
various
if you saved
things that
me.
just kind of then mold and stick to their body and cause
Truth
horrific
is,
and gruesome injuries. And
smuggling drugs out
I
of
feel like that's the
hospital.
road
believe
Namba's
you.
going down here.
The money was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, I expanded to dealing drugs from overseas.
I dealt a bit of drugs in my time, Ichiban, like everyone has.
And it all came
I
crashing
mean, you don't
down.
go into dealing drugs if your salary is actually paying your bills.
Yeah,
Fair.
man. What were you thinking? Kind of a boneheaded move.
That like
What? You don't
feel
think
like
I
that
regret it?
is what
Well,
you
why not start over.
come back to again and
The
again
whole
with this
nursing
title
is
is
probably out, but you can apply your medical skills to something else.
you know,
Easier said than done.
you
What about
are
you?
paying
You got
a
another job in mind?
essentially a rent on your life
Not really. I've been walking in someone else's footsteps for years.
and not being paid
Now
enough
they're
to pay
washed
that
away.
rent.
I don't know where to go now that I can't see them. I'm pretty lost.
I just love George Takei so much,
talking about your
and I can't
Patreon?
seize him.
Yeah.
A guy like you, you can find something.
George Takei
What
is in
makes
this
you
game?
so
Yeah,
sure?
he's the boss. He's the voice of the
I'm over
boss.
40, you know?
Oh,
Aren't you the one just telling me I
Boss
can turn it all
Arakawa.
around and find something?
Yeah, my bad.
I don't think
Sorry.
they brought him back for the sequel. We largely see the younger version of the boss.
Life is work.
Like, I don't even think we get any, you know, archival
Tell
outtake
me
clips
this.
or anything.
What'd you want to be when you were a
Which was
kid?
kind of a bummer, because he was a fun character.
You really want to know?
Come on, don't build it up.
yeah,
Spit
well,
it out.
Okay, I'll tell you. When I was a kid, all I wanted to be was a hero.
A hero.
A hero.
I mean, I've got this on mute because I don't like
You
hearing my own
know, a hero
voice.
who could save people.
I hear you.
Like in Dragon
I've
Quest.
never heard a single voice out of this game.
Yeah, I mean,
Video game?
so I play it with the English dialogue and subs. I know Grandma and Skips and a lot of people go with Japanese audio and English subs because they have
I can have a
more of a
dream, can't I?
relationship with it,
You
and
don't have to
like the
laugh
voice
at it.
actors. I mean, this
dream is what
I
keeps
played
you
Zero
going.
and just did English, and then got far enough into it, but just kind of
Ichiban,
gave up
You're
because
right.
It's not ultimately my types of games, but then when I heard it was just it's Dragon Quest in this universe, like sign
Just
me
like you
up.
wanted. Come on.
So I don't
was
really-
just a
It's the
kid
lip
when I
sync.
wanted that. It
Yeah,
was
I don't really have a strong inclination either way, but
So why not go after the first one you
you know,
had?
I'm sure
Live
those
your
voice
life's
actors
dream.
are good,
You're
but
crazy.
with my
It's not like
hearing
being a hero,
loss,
but to root
a lot of
for
the
the
Japanese dialogue in games
Sure,
gets
it's
kind of
not a
lost on
job.
me, like that I just can't
But-
hear it.
If the hero destroys
Yeah,
lots
like
of
the-
slimes in the game, he levels
The
up
hearing range I
faster.
have left is
See what I'm saying?
kind of your middle frequencies, so
Leveling up in
if there's
life.
children where they're really high, I can't hear it, you know, when it's the big tough boss that's talking low, it just kind of goes away too.
Why not become a hero at 40,
dang.
right?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, there's definitely low
Last
talking
stage to start
bosses,
grinding.
and they tend to be the villains.
Yeah, I'd say like it's not even volume. Like volume is fine. It's like, you know, like sub James Earl Jones frequencies here.
Let's start
Like
a
that
brand
stuff
new
just
age
it
of
does not come
heroes.
through.
Yeah, I'm with you, Ichiban.
Let's have
Which
a
I
huge
understand
one
is
in
like
our
the
new
trope
home.
of
Yeah, to the
I am a
heroes of
powerful
tomorrow.
syndicate leader, you know. But
Yeah, yeah.
if I can't hear it, I'm not gonna put it on. It's like sour cream, Joe. You see, because of my deviated septum, I can't taste it, so I just don't use it. I know there's something wet in my mouth, but no taste.
Damn.
Yeah, you know. I mean,
Oh man.
I'm sure it's
Something's
good.
weird.
Like, you know, all my friends love it, but if I
Sour
can't
cream's
taste it, how do I
fine,
know
it's-
if I'm missing anything?
You're not missing much.
Thank you, buddy.
I don't even want the money
It's like guacamole without much of the taste.
Now, guacamole, that's something I can taste. And also, different guacamoles taste different.
I already know how to
So
do it.
that part of my tongue
Oh,
works.
you like that, yeah? You want them dead, don't you? Don't you?
네가 걱정할 필요는 없어. 가게는 전화해뒀다.
I cannot read Korean.
Wait,
Yeah, yeah.
catch that.
I'm, you know, I'm out of my depths too.
Trash like you. 죽어라.
Like,
Bolt in his head.
I can almost read Japanese, almost, if it's like very simple sentences.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know like a Korean. I don't even know how to cuss in Korean.
Just say tabernacle. That tends to be a universal cuss.
Tabernacle.
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 Now I know Korean.
Yeah. Not only do you know it, you've mastered it. Much like James Bond in the unfortunate James Bond entry where he becomes Japanese. Which, if you haven't listened to that Kill James Bond episode, do it. It's great.
I just got through season 1.
There you go.
Oh man. And now I have a list of acceptable James Bond movies that got downloading.
I mean, it seemed like some of the Agent Sandu sets are good if you want a Bond that is not Bond. That's in the future for you. There's some Man from U.N.C.L.E.s they were really into. They love Diabolic, which I primarily remember from Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Oh, with a K?
It's me.
Yeah.
Adachi, son.
Yeah,
There's 3 guys now. I can't wait for
Hey,
the stream where
buddy.
we finally unlock the cracker business so we can get Aerie and have the best gal in our party at all times.
So
I know her gimmick.
hell yeah.
She's just gonna hit
This
people with
guy?
darts and staplers.
He used to be a Kanagawa police detective.
office supplies. I love it.
Her base job class is that she works in the office, so she attacks with office supplies like rulers and staples, telephones. It's good.
Oh, I was fine.
You know, you could get a meter-long ruler, and that shit hurts.
Lost my job.
Well, you know, she's absolutely got one of the old-timey ones with the metal edge, you know, to kind of keep those lines straight. And, well, you know, as a dirtbag kid, absolutely hitting it.
Does that mean
Iggy,
you found
absolutely,
this
the boys are
place
back
all
in
on your
town.
own? Remember how I gave you that smartphone?
Yeah. I wish you would have called before you just
Mm-hmm.
showed up.
Ichi, you gotta plug in your
But your phone
smartphone.
was dead. Well,
I-
guess when a guy gets
Really,
shot,
really wish that they hadn't taken away the plot summary out of the Wikipedia for that song.
Can't say I cared much about the phone.
Sure, I get it. But when it's completely dead, I can't
You
track
see,
you.
Ichi, before he went to jail, was back in the glorious
GPS?
days, Joe, of the Nokia brick and whatnot, where,
I guess
you know,
wouldn't
your
know
phone
what that
charge would
is.
last for
Dude, what the
days,
fuck?
if not a week, with
Smartphones
light
have
to
a
moderate
system that
use.
pinpoints the phone's location.
Yeah.
That's GPS.
But now he's got one of them
I love
space
that.
phones.
Puts
Oh,
apps
those
on
are so
the phone
good.
to send its coordinates elsewhere. That's what this guy did.
You know, it did everything a phone should do.
If I could just get one of those re-released Nokia brick dumb phones that integrated well with the two-factor auth I have to use at work, I think I would probably switch back.
Public servant.
Yeah, two-factor authentication and
Was any of that my fault?
other kinds of two-factor authentication. There's like special stuff that
How did it happen?
works off SIM cards here.
Like, I love my jogging apps and stuff, but like, I would be willing to buy a Garmin watch that has the GPS that I only wear when I go running. And then just, it'll sync with the app
I was the one who
on the
snuck
website.
Saga into that meeting.
Like, I've never been into
Well, Tokyo PD
I've never been into the idea that a phone should do more than call and message.
Yeah, I mean, when I was
Kanagawa police agreed. They gave me the axe.
doing like weird shop stuff up in Maine, it was nice to be able to have, you know, references to my engineering manuals and whatnot that I picked up secondhand that I could just pop open. Like, you know,
That sounds like a computer, and I feel like we've lost sight of the portable computer.
yeah, no, I understand, but like, phone is easier to carry than computer.
Why him?
He took bribes from
Yeah,
the Enemy
but-
Alliance while they
oh,
took
man.
over Kamurocho.
There's, well, you know,
There's,
the actual
there's the
solution I
GPD
came
Pocket.
to.
I told you about that one, didn't I?
How's
What'd you say?
Ichiban supposed to help with that?
The GPD
Like
Pocket.
getting
It's a
closer to
palm-top
Arakawa.
computer.
Oh.
The only person I know of with
Yeah.
ties to the commissioner.
And, you know, it's a clamshell. There's a QWERTY keyboard.
At least
We like QWERTY.
It feels... I love a QWERTY.
Did
I
you
love
ever try and
chipsets.
learn Dvorak? Because I did as a kid, and
No.
I had an ergonomic keyboard, so I couldn't move the buttons around, and I gave up after, let's say, 2 days.
Well, it's not out of the goodness.
I let the
of my
Slashdot
Yeah, no.
people convince me I should really learn how to do Dvorak.
Revenge.
Not for me.
Well, you're smarter than I am.
That story started 20 years ago. A rich
Yeah,
old couple had been murdered
Thing about
during
GPD
a home
is,
invasion.
like,
The suspect
it's a
was
good computer
neighbor
when it
with
lasts,
bribes.
and then the...
Named Kasumi. I made the arrest
And the
myself.
fucking battery just crapped out on
You know,
me.
Joe, there's a lot of things that are good when they work.
Claimed to have seen Kasumi
yeah.
in the place at the time of
That
the
longevity, that like, I've had plenty of steppers that were good when they worked. You know, we had 2 where the hydraulic cylinder failed, so not so good. We had the most recent one where a weld snapped, not so good. But, you know, before they broke, fantastic pieces of machinery.
Well,
Very nice on the
all of
joints.
us detectives and officers knew the alibi was pretty much airtight.
Yeah.
But the
I've-
captains were skeptical. They
I still
questioned
really
his
want
honor
one
and
to
over
replace
were
my
relentless.
phone, because, like,
Finally, he
But-
said he wasn't
but also,
actually sure he'd seen the suspect
two-factor,
after all.
like, SIM-based two-factor
He
authentication
was coerced by the
is
chief of
such a big
Kanagawa
thing
Police,
that, like,
Juro
I can't
Horinobuchi.
leave it behind
the commissioner is.
completely.
What was Horinobuchi's reason?
But by that time,
Yeah, we
he'd been offered a
redid our
transfer
whole
to Tokyo
2FA at
Police.
work, and like,
The last thing he wanted was a
you
big
have to
scandal,
have the
which is what
smartphone
it would
app
have
on your
been if
smartphone. They
Kasumi,
won't
who
let
was
you
in
do
jail for
text or
months,
email
turned out to be
responses now.
innocent. That reveal would have put his
Which,
Tokyo PD
to an extent,
offer
I
at
can
stake.
get.
He couldn't have that.
But
So, he resorted
What
to
happens when
witness
somebody has their
intimidation.
phone stolen or loses it or breaks it?
He tried
Yeah.
to justify it to us. Said if the guy really was innocent, there'd be other evidence.
Big thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
There wasn't.
Well, I'm like one of my coworkers.
And in
They
the
do
end,
a lot
Kasumi
of.
was
They wear a lot of
convicted.
different hats.
Sentenced to 17
So
years.
they have multiple
wife
email
and
addresses
child
they
were
need to
still
auth
reeling
for,
from it.
and
He hung
with the
himself in
actual
prison.
install it on your computer version
was
of the
Horinobuchi
application,
when that happened?
it could handle that,
And
but
his
the phone one
cushion
couldn't,
Tokyo
and they've also
PD
disabled the
position
download it to your
gun.
computer version.
Makes me sick.
So just
I've always had this problem for a while.
been real fun.
Too many cops in the Eugene 3's pockets. They're always teetering on the edge
So,
of scandal.
are you
So everybody who can is
are
always
you on
trying to
like
get
a
transferred,
time limit for your steppies?
especially the higher Rats.
I've got about, I believe, 9 more minutes.
Some were willing to
We're at
convict innocent man to
66 minutes
see
right now, and I
breeders?
set it for 75.
That's fucked up.
Well, I felt the
Yeah,
same
I'm thinking
way
like
when I was a young rookie.
past
So I
6900.
leaked
So.
the original alibi
Well, I
to the
set it for
media.
90 minutes the other night when I broke the last stepper, so I figured
Oh no!
it broke at minute 55.
He found out about the leak immediately.
So I feel like, 75 minutes is a reasonable time to, give this one its second run through. It's, going pretty good. The left pedal wiggles a little bit, but not in a way that has me concerned. More of just manufacturing tolerances,
If I were a smarter guy, I'd just forget the whole damn thing.
I think it will be fine. Plus, once again, we have backup number 1 showing up Monday. Backup number 2 showing up for the manufacturer at question mark.
You boys are talkative.
Backup number
What are you
3
yakking on about?
is the one we used last year. And then we have just
Don't
a
good
treadmill.
morning me. Sorry,
And if
10
all of them
o'clock.
break, somebody
You're supposed to
somewhere
be
is
at
like,
Hello
Geoff,
Work
just
looking for jobs, not
stand and beat the
lazing
game.
around
It's fine.
Oh shit, that's right.
I think if I have that much of a debacle going on,
Jobs will be gone.
it will just bring enjoyment to the people. And also, I'm still going to be drinking terrible things after bosses, so... is anybody really losing out? I don't think so.
Why?
Because really the joy is just
Broke as you now.
me cursing after, having to drink Reaper rum.
After working all those years,
And then having the hiccups, because the Reaper rum gives me terrible hiccups.
I thought I'd have my
Which is going to be real good doing, cardio.
Never was much of a saver,
Especially if I'm
honestly.
weighted down. And, we're only $350 away from pain mode, so...
Yeah,
I'm truly, truly hoping in this...
it's gone now.
Gee, I think we're at, just under 2 weeks now?
you spent.
We're in, the 13-day range.
let someone sew
I
your
think we can get
responsible
$350. I really want to start the run off in pain mode. I think that's going to be the funniest. Just because of how sweaty it's going to front load me into being. Because, if I'm already sweating through my clothes and I have to put that on, you're not really going to see much of a change, right? But if I'm, I'm a freelancer. But if I'm, looking fairly normal and I have to strap it on, in no short time, you're going to see me just really stinking the joint up. All right, we got to put some clothes on our friend. What do we got? All right, bracelet of the Four Gods, disasters.
It's a lot of gear.
I know, we got a lot of gear. Well, it's a new game
I
plus.
like these wristbands.
Yeah. I had the dragon. Okay, War God's Keystone. I think that's what we want. Yeah, it's like the lesser version. Alright, do we have a lesser version of the bracelet? Soul Shield, sure. Our feet. Hey, dragon boots. Love it. Kinagashi. Love it. A helm. We're big fans. Where's the big one? There it is. Okay, got his icy stick back. I think we're ready to party.
Whoa.
I will pop
That's
a
a cool
C.
stick.
I mean, we love a good stick.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, we gotta go get a job again.
Ain't good
Ooh,
enough.
we got sub stories. Oh man, oh man. All right, we're gonna go to Hello
That's
Work.
good stuff.
We're gonna go to Hello Work. Go get some jobs. We're
So
actually,
you've got those crossed out circles on your map, so
yeah, we can't go
you're
places.
not out of the woods yet.
Well, you see, we're kind of reaching the big point. When I had Skippy join me the other night, he noticed I was still throwing them suplexes. Because we didn't find the other magical stick. Perhaps you might say the most magical stick in the game.
Baseball bat.
Uh-huh. Well, it's not just any baseball bat. We're going to find out what sort of baseball bat this is momentarily.
Is it spiked?
I mean, it could be. If only we could find a kind lady that likes to weld stuff.
Wait a minute, you don't weld to wood.
Sup?
Who said it's a wooden bat? Sir, you know nothing of baseballs.
Oh, that looks like wood to me.
I don't know, man. Metal bats are totally a thing.
They are a thing. It just doesn't look like one of them. Oh, Namba's got his he's got an idea, but not the follow through.
Yeah, I think he's gonna blow a hernia. Going from suplex to baseball bats isn't that crazy. Both are used in wrestling. Iggy, you're right. And hopefully, we default still have the suplex available to us. If not, we'll have a little bit of being crowsting, I suppose, to put it back in wrestling terms. We'll just do some bat bashes. So we're very sword in the stoning right here. Or I suppose, you know, baseball bat in the sidewalk.
Shit.
Yeah.
He tried to take us to the gun show and it just didn't work.
I think he also has those that's those fingerless gloves.
They're good. You know, I'm wearing fingerless gloves right now too.
Yeah.
They're weighted. Look at that barbed wire bat. Iggy's got it. You can only pull out this bat if your brain is made of Dragon Quest. It has nothing to do with being the true king of England. Although, maybe it does.
That's
Really?
I would love nothing more than if the true king of England, the next king of England, was, you know, some weird dude from Japan that was really into DQ and pro wrestling. I feel like they've had so much worse. History backs me on this, Joe.
I feel like monarchy should be abolished.
Yeah, you know, I think we can get behind that.
Yeah, that's my feeling. Oh, I never told you. I got my controller dock.
Hey, nice.
Gonna wire that in, make it look all pretty.
Very good. I had this controller temporarily stop working because I dared to plug in my phone to charge from this USB dock it's plugged into, and I guess that was a little too much juice, so...
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I have an outlet charger for the phone, it's fine. Iggy, I'm with you, only acknowledge the king of the pirates. I'm probably gonna buy that game, I pre-ordered the Hyper Deluxe version of DQ3 Remake, so... That's kind of what I'm going to be doing for a bit, but the Majima Pirate game comes out in February, so I should have enough time between November and then to reinvest in my finances to buy silly games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, looking forward to DQ3
I,
Remake as just a morning grind stream for a while. Ooh, get the test out of bat.
No.
I think I gotta invest in my computer further.
Yeah, I hear you. Dad Hunter, you know. So okay. Is he like hunting for dads? And what the?
No.
Do they look after dads to beat them up? Do they want to kiss the dads? I got so many questions.
I definitely can't. They're definitely hunting for dads, or they'd be hunter dads. But yeah. So like, the three of them, they're dad aged.
Yep.
What's up?
So clearly they gotta have money because like middle age means middle class, right?
I guess. At one point. All right. So we're supposed to use the bat. And hey, look, these guys, they transformed.
What just happened? Did you see
Yeah, they
those guys
became.
freaking
One of them became
transform?
very.
Huh? What are you raving about?
Fist of the North Star.
Yeah. So we learned
this isn't a
Ichi's
video
concussions have had a bit of a toll on him.
Come back to Earth. No one else sees this?
Oof. All right. 81-19.
At least it's more fun for me.
Oh, whatever.
All right, I finished my exercise. So
I like
let's-
the idea of calling yourself a hand thrower. Job is to throw hands.
all right, who we want to do? Yeah, Namba, you're gonna take a knee. Ichi. Ah, good news, everybody. We can still throw the suplexes.
And I think that
Like Iggy said, it's still wrestling.
that baseball bat is in the shape of like a peachwood tree sword.
We're just gonna hit him. Just smash him. We're just smashing.
Yeah, just
On to take a knee again. He's in a wrestling stance, you see, so he was ready for this suplex, so he thought. But, you know, clearly not. Impure lead. You know, I understand the reasoning, Joe, but I feel like pure lead it just reads wrong to me. You know? The thing which kills you, but the purified version, does it just kill you more?
yeah. It kills you more.
The paint chips are really tasty. You just gotta talk to, you know, the boomers about that.
Neither of you saw them transform?
It's more lead per lead.
My man, I heard you like lead, so I put lead in your lead, so you can lead while you lead.
Is officially off the rails, man.
Yeah, it's like, you know,
How could it just be imagination?
I mean, as long as we
From
win,
my arm.
I don't
Yeah, they're
care
good.
how delusional you are.
A mere pound, but you gotta remember, right? A pound for 75 minutes, it adds up.
You see trolls and golems everywhere.
You think I'm
yeah, you got
crazy?
leaded solder, that's like 20% lead. That's very impure
I
lead.
used so much leaded solder because, you know, where I live, and
I don't care if you
most
wear
of my
jeans.
soldering supplies when I was still doing a lot of that work, it just came from going to estate sales at like shops and buying out whatever was there for like 20 bucks.
All right, fellow adventurers.
I think
It's fine so long as you wash your hands after you do it.
I know, but still, like, huffed a lot of stuff. Enemies
Yeah,
throughout the city are gonna change.
Once it's not good for you, yeah.
I think now, though, I only have silver. I don't think I have any more
Yeah, this party
lead.
is sorely lacking in coin. Pretty soon we won't be able to afford any booze. I mean,
We have so much money.
medicinal herbs.
That is always my favorite part of New Game Plus runs, where you get to carry your money over, but then you have the whole thing of, oh my gee golly willikers, we got no money. If only we had a buck.
If only you had access to the...
Got
Evidence locker.
155 million buckaroos, almost 156 million. It's crazy. Oh, but
no way to use them.
ooh, I cracked the 100-hour mark. Damn. Hooray for me and my love of this game. But yeah, we're good. We did this. We adventured. Had a nice stretch. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna go with Midge now to pick up a snowblower from her mother.
Ooh,
And we're going out to eat.
that reminds me.
I think lunch. I don't know. You know, time is relative. Who can say? But
Gotta
Joe,
put
we got 14
the,
days.
gotta put the scraper in the car. In the car. Gotta have the scraper in there.
You should get cars working. All right, my friend, 14 days, 4 hours, 7 minutes, 34 seconds. It's the marathon. It's what if Dark Souls Remastered? I'm on the stair stepper the whole time. Every time I beat a boss,
I'm ready.
I have to drink something horrible. And you know, we got some other, you know, little things. There's fun specific drinks you can do. Iggy, when he graciously sat in for the Iggy interview, you know, got a little excited about making me drink bad things. So let's talk about them. You know, $25 from where we're at now. I have a mandatory boss, so that's another drink I'm forced to do. We're gonna cheese the Dark Sun for Donnie, because Donnie had an ex that was obsessed with Gwendolyn, but as I recall, the ex never played the game. Yeah. Some people just attach to things. Sure. What was the enemy randomizer? Huh?
I don't get those people.
Yeah, I know.
I don't get them at all.
Well, that's why Donnie don't deal with them.
You don't watch the movie, but you're obsessed with... Yeah.
They like the concept. But hey, speaking of concept, so $100 from now, we were going to do enemy randomizer, but I felt like, you know, don't stream and play on the same computer, because as you might know, with the PC versions of Dark Souls 1, when you tab out, it kind of freezes the game, and I said that could possibly make a crash, which I'd prefer not to have. And I know if I'm just capturing the PlayStation version of it, I'm not going to have that issue. So instead of randomizer and $100, we have one spin on mystery beer roulette. We got 8 beers in the fridge. They're all gaffed up and numbered 1 through 8. And you know, Midge and the gang, they'll roll a die, or you know, go to randomnumber.com and we'll figure out what I'll have to chug. That'll be fun for me. This might be more up Iggy's alley. You can donate for this one, but we'll have one freebie. The Wheel of the Worst Drinks. Joe, you've been around in the past for Wheel of the Worst Drinks. That's where we've had such good ones as the Coach McGurk drinks, like the Dirty Frenchman, wine and olive juice, the yeast infection, which was rum and milk. We use oat milk. Midge said I can't drink something that we know will make me puke. There was another drink. I think that was whiskey and a hot mustard and a pimento and a parsley over some ice with, I think, a little splash of milk. There's some real nice ones in there. The Rhonda Jeremy.
I like another drink.
That's whiskey and Ovaltine. That's a good one. But really, what I'm pushing for, $350. That's pain mode. I got the 2 weighted gloves I've been wearing today. I got 10 pounds of ankle weights. We got 30 pounds of chest weights, and I think that in lieu of snapping a weld, I think I'm just going to wear those ankle weights like a bandolier. So it's going to make me off-centered for at least the first boss I have it on for. And I think, me having that strap on 42 pounds of weight and then sweat through all of my clothes immediately is really going to increase the enjoyment of my pain and suffering for everybody. So, if you got $1, hey, chuck that in. But don't worry, there's tons more streamings. I took off that week of work leading up. I'm gonna really go hard, and which is smart, leading up to probably a solid 6 to 7 to 8 hour day of intense cardio, to just spend that week busting my balls. But I'm gonna go have a shake and a shower.
I should probably get back into exercising because my shoulder probably needs moving in order to get all these fluids out.
Yeah, hey, when you get old, you might as well move. What else are you gonna do? And hey, we can talk. Yeah, why did I start this? Because I was sad and I ate my feelings after my brother died, and then we were all stuck inside in COVID, and I said I gotta do something. This don't feel good no more. So I just started playing games while using the stair stepper. It's easy. You're staying in the one place anyway, Joe, to play the game. You could do something else while you're doing it. It's crazy. It's a simple idea. There's one cool trick that your body hates. It's a stair stepper.
Seems to love it, actually.
Yeah, no, I like it a lot. But all right, I'm checking out. Joe, thanks for hanging out. Iggy, thanks for hanging out. Anybody else, thanks for hanging out. Maybe I'll be back later today. I'm not sure. Me. If not today, then tomorrow.
We'll see. Oh.